Checking print, sending PDF as attachment, in email, then downloading the PDF files. These are the use cases. Okay. So now we will be understanding smartphones. Okay, the T code is smartphones. T code is smartphones. Okay. If we go here, so here we have the form, three radio buttons. So the first one is the form. Here we'll be creating a form. So I can create chat PO. Okay, now this is the form. We have smart forms. Okay, so let me close this panel for now. This is the interface of smart forms. Okay, so in the global settings, we have three things. One is the form attribute, one is the form interface, one is the global definition. Okay, form attributes, form interface, and global definition. In the form attribute, we have some settings. Okay, so one is the page format. Okay, so it is a A4 size print. Default is A4 size. So the size of the page will be A4. So there will be A3 size also there. So you have to select the right format. This format will be created by basis people. We will not be configuring this format. Okay, we only have to select. So DIN A3, DIN A4, DIN A5. These are the page sizes where we want to take the print. So the default will be DIN 4. Okay, fine. Now if I go, then the form interface. Form interface I'll discuss. Global definition also I'll discuss. Okay, now I have to go to the page. So in the page, okay. So now we have to design the page. How the print page will look like. Okay, so let's say there is a header in the top and there is an item in the bottom. So that entire design we have to do. Okay, how to do the design? I'll let you know. Okay, now that is the page. Okay, we can create multiple page in a smartphone. So let's say the layout of the page 1 and layout of the page 2 are not same. We can create multiple pages as per the requirement. Okay, for example, in the first page when we take a print, in the first page we'll have a header, then we have the item. Sometimes what will happen, there will be so much of items, 100, 200. So the printing will cannot be finished in single page. So the print page will go into multiple pages. Okay, so let's say the first page is printed, then we are printing the second page, then we don't need the header information. Okay, only the item information is required. In that case, we have to design two pages, one with the header, one with the without header. Okay, so that is what the page. Inside page, we have the concept of windows. Okay, so two type of windows are there. Types of windows. One is the main windows. Second one is the secondary windows. Okay, so main window is dynamic. Dynamic window. What does it mean by dynamic? So the height is not fixed. In secondary window, height is fixed. Anyhow, height and width. Width and height is fixed. Here, height is not fixed, only width is fixed. Okay. So when I'm talking about taking the print of line item, okay. So in one purchase order, there can be 10 line item. In one purchase order, there can be 2 line item or there can be 100 line item. Okay. So if my record count is not fixed, the example is item data, then I should put my content inside main window. So if you put in main window, what will happen? It will goes on printing, grows on printing because the height of the window is not fixed. Okay. So if our internal table has 100 records, then it will print, let's say 20 records on the first page, then it will print next 20 record in the next page and all those things. That can only happen if the content are available inside the main window. Okay. Secondary window height and width are fixed. Okay. It cannot be changeable. Whatever we define, that is fixed. So main window is usage. Okay. Usage is printing line item data. Line item data or line item data. And secondary window is usage, address, header details, logo, etc. Okay, so there is two type of window, main window and all. And in the page, there is a settings, portrait format and landscape format. What is portrait format, guys?
Horizontal.
Horizontal. Horizontal is landscape. Vertical is portrait.
Yes, sir.
Vertical, if the printing is happening, how normally it's happen, right? That is the portrait format. That's the default format. If let's say there is multiple columns in a table, let's say 10 columns or 20 columns, then the portrait format will not be sufficient. In that case, we can go for the landscape format. Okay. So is it clear so far, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now there is something known as form painter here. Okay. So now this is the page. This we have to design. Okay. So now we can do the adjustment like this. If you need to increase the width, there is you can drag like this. Okay. Drag like if you need this height, you can increase it. Okay. So this is a main window. So now what I need to create first a secondary window. So right click, this is the page, right? I have to create the window inside the page. Okay, page is the basic, right? Because we have to take the print in the page. So the same concept here. Okay, the page is there. In the inside page, we have to do the design. So we can create multiple windows or some other component that we'll be discussing. Okay, so I can right click, create window. So as I told, if my requirement is to create multiple pages, I can create a multiple page. Okay, so now window, you can create a window here. This is the window. Okay, now I have to close the form painter. Okay, so what will happen if I close the form painter? I can able to edit the attributes. Okay, so now here the name of the window is percentile window 1. You can also rename it my secondary window. Okay, and here is the type. Okay, so this is a interview question, guys. Window types. Okay? Types of windows. So what we have discussed so far? Two, only two, right? Main window, then secondary window. Then there is copy window and final window that we'll discuss maybe tomorrow, not today. Okay. So these two types of window, these are also secondary windows, type of secondary windows, but they have some additional feature. Okay, that's why the name is different and they have certain purpose. So that will be covering tomorrow's class, or if time permits, we can also discuss today. Okay, so secondary window, output options is nothing, left margin, right margin, and this condition. Okay, so now if I go to the form painter, I can align the position. Okay, like this, or maybe like this. Hmm? So inside a page, what are the things I can create, guys? Only four things, not four, three things. I can create a window, or I can create a graphics, or I can create a address. Graphics is for logo, address is for the address. We'll see the use cases. If you create a page, then it is not created inside the page. It's created as a separate page. Okay. So what are the things we can create, guys, inside a page? Only three things. Either I can create a window, or I can create a graphics, or I can create a address. Okay, so I created a window. Now, oh, okay, I don't need, my window is there. Maybe I'll rename this window as header. Header details, like this. This is my window. Now, inside this window, there is nothing. I can right click, create, and I have some more things. I can create a graphics or address or text, table, template, for logic, and folder. This all will cover one by one. So let me select text. So now this is the text. Okay. Okay. Now the text is created. Maybe I can give it as a heading. Okay. Now I have to maintain. Click on this text. Configure editor. No, change editor. Change editor, and this is the editor. Okay, and here I can write purchase order details. Okay, purchase order details. Save active. Okay, so in my form, there is not much things. Only I have added the heading, purchase order details. I want to test this. I want to test this, how the forms looks like. Okay, so if I execute this smart form must be saved. Okay, form, I have to save it. I have to activate the form. Then I can execute. The form must be set for, do you want to save? Yes. Okay, so when I click execute, When execution of smartphone. Okay. So when we execute smartphone, what happens? Or okay. So whenever we create a smartphone and activates it, system will automatically create a function module. Okay, so when I click on execute, so here is the function. Are you able to see what is the T code, guys? What is the T code?
Yes, sir. AC37.
37, and here is the function module. And this is some randomly created function module. We didn't create this function module. Okay, system automatically created the function module. If you go and display, you can see this code. Most of the code you will not understand. Some you will understand, some you not. Okay, so whatever design we do in a smartphone, that automatically get translated. System will write the code. Never ever go and change this. Okay, this is not meant for changes. This will be done by only system. If you need to do any change, go and change the smartphone, activate. Those changes will automatically reflected in this function module. Okay, and this function module is not constant. Okay, this function module is not constant, so it can be a random number or whatever. Okay, every time we activate, it creates the smartphone function module. If we want to call the smartphone, we have to call the FM. Okay, so I can directly execute. Now my smartphone is getting executed. Now this pop-up is displayed, right? So this pop-up is asking me some of the printer related information. So here is the output device it is asking. Okay? Device, output device. So it depends on the customer to customer. Okay, so let's say in some customer they have some Z output type. Okay, let's say Z output type. This will be not created by, will be created by basis. Basis team. What is basis, guys? I'm referring this term multiple time. Are you able to get what I mean by basis team?
Sir, functionality.
Basis means in normal world, not in SAP. If I say there will be lot of networking work, server installation, and all those things, right? So that is done by the IT team or network team in a normal world. Okay. In SAP, we have a module known as basis. Okay. Like there is a module Abap. So we are learning Abap. So in future, we will be Abap consultant. Similarly, there is another module basis that generally involves in setting the system, installation, networking, transporting the TRs, system upgrade, and all those things. Morely into the server installations, upgradations, migrations, TR transport, networking, all those things are taken care by base system. Okay. So in future, if anybody asks you to create a Z output type, that you can say that this is not a ABAP activity, this is a basis activity. You have to reach the basis team. So like you will be part of Abap team. Similarly, there will be a basis team. Okay. So basis team will be taking care of the output type. So depending on the client requirement, if required, they will create a Z output type. Anything. Example will be the output type will be Z PDF or whatever. Okay, that's the name. Okay. So for now, we are not working for a customer. We are just learning the thing. So there is two standard output device are available. One is the LP01 or LOCL. We can use anything. So let me try to search with LP01. So LP01 is there. It's saying default print device without physical destination. This is the output device. Okay. Then I can click on print preview. So I'm able to see this output, guys, and here it is coming as purchase order details. Purchase order details. Okay, so this is my print. I can also take a print from here, or maybe print from here, whatever, or I can also print preview PDF exclamatory. If I write it, this will be displayed here. I can also save it as save desktop is here. Okay. So this is the PDF got saved. So what is the command? ETF. If we give the command PDF exclamatory in exclamation mark in command field, it will display the PDF in a pop-up which can be downloaded. Okay, we have downloaded it, or we can take a print from here. This pop-up is coming. We can select any printer and take a print. Okay, so now how I am executing the smartphone? How? Manually, right? Manually. Okay. So here we have a form interface. So these parameters are read only. We cannot change it. Okay. It has a import, export, and tables and exceptions. Okay. We can also add here IT data type EKKOT. EKKOT unknown. Okay. Various list and table type. EKKOTTY. EKKOTTY activate. Okay, now if I execute, this is the function module. I can go into display, and here I can see the IT data is been added here as a importing parameter. So these are the all standard parameters that is available by the system automatically. Changing is blank. Then we have the table and we have the exceptions. Okay. So now if I want to call the smart form inside a program, I can directly call it ZMMPO print. Because now for testing purpose, we are directly executing the smart forms and displaying it. But in the real time, it will not happen in that way because there will be lot of calculation has to be done. Data has to be calculated and that calculated data has to be passed to the form. Okay. So for that purpose, we have to create a program. Okay. And this program is known as driver program. A driver program. Okay. What is driver program? A jet program or a program which calls a smart forms or Adobe form. Okay. That is a driver program. The driver program selects the data, does the calculation, and pass the final data to the smartphone. Okay, to display it. Okay, so in my case, I'm creating a program. In this program, I will be writing the code to select the data. After that data is selected, I have to call the smartphone. So now ZMMPO print will be called as a driver program. Okay, driver program for smart. Okay, so here I can write parameters. Yeah, and here I want to call the smartphone. How to call the smartphone? Click execute, copy the function module, call it here. Okay. Okay. Fine. So here I can define another internal simple data and EKK. Maybe I will little bit revise this parameter. So IS IMS header EKKO and IMP item type EKKO TTY. Okay, because I have created this smart form to display the PO details. So PO details will need header and item. Okay, so that's why I defined two parameters. Okay, so now let me define a variable EKKO type EKKO LT EKPO type EKPO TTY EKPO TTY. Activate, and here let me remove it and we'll call it again. Okay, give me a moment, guys. Somebody at the door. Okay, and here I have to provide a function module name. And instead of ls header, here I can pass ls ekko, and here I can pass lt ekpu. Okay, and I can uncomment this, and I can also erase the messages in case the size of us is not 0. In case whatever message be raised, I have to show it. Message id sci msg id type sci msg type number sci msg number with sci msg v1 b2 b3 b4. Okay, done. Now I'll execute. I'm not providing anything because I'm not writing a code now. I'll be writing after some time. Execute. So now the same pop-up has been displayed. And here I can give LOCL LP01 and I can execute. Okay. So there is a provision. We can directly provide this value from the program output device. Okay. So if we go to this function module, import, and here some of the parameters are available. Okay, so maybe this output option will check, and here almost 69 fields are available. Let me check output, output device. Okay, output device. Let me check if that is the right field. How can I check? F1, click F1, technical settings, and this is the data element. Let me check if that data element is available. Okay, RSPOP name. RSPOP name, the field is TDDEST. Okay, so I have to define a work area with this name, and TD destination I have to send. Okay, so here I can pass ls control data, ls control parameter type is this, and here we can assign ls control parameter TDDEST. So what I have to pass, guys, here? What I am passing here in output device? What I am passing here?
LP01.
LP01. So here I have to give LP01. Okay, done. Execute. So it's not getting passed. Hmm, not getting passed because I'm only assigning it here, and this parameter is not yet passed anywhere. So output control parameter, right? What I have explored, control parameter or output options, output option, output option. This is not control parameter, output options. And in the output options, I'm setting LP01. And in this parameter, I have to pass my structure that I have defined. So now if I call, still it is taking LPC, it's not taking LP01. TTTST. Okay, let me try with anything. TT. No dialog is not there. No dialog. I think there is another parameter. Parameters. No dialog. Okay. So this also I have to copy. Control parameter ls control parameter type is this. Okay. And this is yellow output. Control parameter no dialog equal to abap. And here control parameter is ls control parameter. If I execute, still it is not taking. Okay, ls output pt destination is not taking. Printer probably, and P01 will try this. Still it is not taking. Maybe user settings is above false. No, still it is not taking. Am I missing anything? Let me check in the Google. Okay. Calling smartphone. Okay. So this is what you have to do. Okay. Now let me check what I am missing. Hmm. This is one probably immediately less output pt immediate output it is getting displayed. Hmm, no dialog SAP. Okay, somebody asked the question. This I was mentioning in some of the session, right? Answer.sap.com. You can have your ID created. You can ask a question. There is millions of consultant available who will answer to your questions. Okay, so somebody asked it. He's saying that no dialogue is X. TT destination is this. Immediately is X. So MS output TTDEST is LP01. TT immediate. No dialogue is above true. It is correct only. That's the problem. Still in the preview. Something is missing. And try with this. TT no preview. TT output. LS output. TT no preview. Abap. It is getting okay. What's the problem? What is the problem? We're missing something. What do we miss? If I maintain master data of output device, then there is no problem. Yeah. Preview is X. That is control. Control parameter. LS control parameter. Preview equal to Abap 2. Still, it's the same. Printing from print preview. Print. So we are passing. This is the destination. This is immediate TD no preview. Let me comment this. New ID. This is also not required. Okay. No dialog preview. Something with the user settings. Maybe this is the user setting is the culprit. Above false. See, now it is coming. Okay, directly. Okay, execute. Now the form is coming directly. No need to specify. So what are the parameters? So this user setting was overwriting my settings here. So whatever settings I'm passing here, that getting overwriting due to the user setting. So I told the system that please do not use user settings. Use the settings that I'm passing. Okay. So now for a moment, let me comment this, execute. execute. Now we are getting a pop-up. In the pop-up, what we are doing, we are only filling this output device. Okay, but there are so many other fields are there. So all these fields can be auto populated from the program. Okay, so you have to go and check these two parameters, output option and control parameter. There definitely will have the field. Okay, that will help you to fill those details. And each of those field has some significance. So in my case, I don't only need this field. Once I execute, I'm directly able to see the smartphones. Okay, guys, is it clear? Guys, it's not clear.
One second.
Hmm?
One second.
1 second. Okay. So now I'm executing the smartphone. How I'm doing that? So when I execute the smartphone, this function module is there. I can call this function module. And when I execute, I want to specify this parameter, print parameter. Okay. So now I'm only doing giving the output device and click on print. Okay. So this is the procedure to test during development, and it is useful for the consultant like you and me. Okay. When there will be a business user who is sitting at a counter and he want to take a print, he will not do all those things. Okay. So what he need is a program. So we have to create a program, and in our case, this is the PO, right? Purchase order. These are the purchase order. This is the purchase order. Whatever purchase order he want to take a print, he can give that document as a print and click execute, and directly the smartphone will be displayed. So how we are doing that? So now we haven't written any logic. Till now we haven't written any logic. So what we are doing, we are only calling the smartphone. So this is where we are calling the smartphone. So how we are calling the smartphone? So when I execute the smartphone, I'm able to see a function module. This function module, I called it here. Okay. Now, when I call that function module here, when I execute, I'm able to see this pop-up. I can provide the output control and click enter, print preview, and I'm able to see the smartphone. Okay. So here we only have the single line. For now, it's only a single line, but we will be designing this page. We'll see that. But now the point is how to call it in a program. That's the part we are checking. Okay. Sometimes user will not be comfortable filling these details and click on print preview. He want whenever he execute the program, automatically the smartphone should be displayed. That's why there is two parameters available for each smartphones. If you go to the input, there will be two smart parameters. One is the control parameter and one is the output options. So if you go to this two parameter, two structure, there are so many fields are there. No dialog, preview, get, OTF, and all those things. This field has some significance. Okay, if I go here also so many fields are there, and each field has some significance. In our case, we are setting only 4 fields, out of which 2 are from the output option. We are telling that TDDST, the destination of the output type is LP01, do the print immediately. Don't display the dialog. So that pop-up is coming, right? Don't display that pop-up. Directly display the preview. So this is the setting I have done, and I'm passing these two settings to here and here to the function module. And when I execute the program, I'm directly able to see the smartphone output. Okay. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we only added one field in the smartphone. That's why we're only able to see this. So what we'll do, we'll create and design the form in the smartphone T code. But this program part remains same. Right? This is how we call the smartphone. This is how it's fixed. So we'll go and design the smartphone, and when we execute, we'll see the updated layout. Okay. But my point here is how to call a smartphone inside a program. That is what I'm explaining. How to design, how to place a table, how to show a address, how to show a logo, that we'll be covering shortly. But now at this moment, we are discussing how to call a smartphone inside the program. Is it clear,
Yes, sir.
guys? Okay. So now how we are calling the smartphone? Using this function module. Okay. So whenever I execute this smartphone, I'm able to see this function module. Okay. But this function module name will not be same in other landscape. Okay. So during the initial session of our training, we discussed three system landscape. How many of you remember that? Three system landscape. What is three system landscape? Even in the introductory class when I was there in your university, I have mentioned this three system architecture or three system landscape. Nobody remember? Three SL, three system landscape. Who remember this? No one. So we have three systems in the landscape. One is development. Next is quality. And third is production. Are you able to recall this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Why we need three systems? So development we'll do here in development. In quality, what we'll do? Testing. And in production, used by the user. Now you are using this Flipkart app. Okay, you are ordering a mobile or laptop. So which environment you are using? Are you using development, quality, or production?
Production.
Production. Production. Because we are the user for Flipkart. That's why I'm using production. Who is using quality and development for Flipkart?
Backend
There will be
developer.
backend. Excellent. Backend development team will be using. Okay. Now we are doing the development here. This is for training, but that's fine. Tomorrow we'll have a job. We have to do some development for the customer. So which system we have to do the development? In the dev, right? So the smartphone will be created in which system? Development system. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now in development, this function module is auto-generated by the system. Okay. And the name start with whatever this is, leave it. And this also SF0067647. This is the function module for this smartphone. ZMMPO print. Okay. So when we'll move our smartphone to quality, system will again generate the function module in quality. And the name of the function module can be same or can be different. When we move the changes to production, the function module created by the smartphone may be different or may be same. Okay, because this is the thing created by the system automatically. Okay, so now in the program, what I'm doing, I'm calling the function module directly. Let's say I move this program to quality, and this in the quality, the function module is, let's say, 641 for the same smartphone. So will my code work? Will my code work? Guys, are you able to understand the problem here?
Sir, kindly repeat.
Okay. So which system we are creating the smartphone?
Development.
Development. So we created the smartphone and we activated. After activation, system automatically creates the function module. And the name of the function module is this. Is it clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, there is a transport we discussed, right? TR. You remember? So that will be
Yes, sir.
used to do the transport because we spent 40 hours in development to develop the smartphones. We cannot spend another 40 hours in QA, another 40 hours in production. That's why SAP has given a mechanism transport mechanism. So we created the smartphone once in the development, 40 hours, then we just move the transport to quality. So no need to create the smartphone again in quality. This we already discussed in the initial days. Okay. So now when we move the transport to the quality, the smartphone is moved. Okay. After moving this function module, there will be the function module will be created again. The same function module will not be moved. It is possible that this function module name in quality is this or 37. We don't know. In production, maybe this is 20.
Sir, the SAP will create this automatically.
Automatically, whenever we move the transport of the smartphone to the quality, the smartphone will be automatically created in quality. At the same time, a function module will be created. And it is not necessary that the function module in quality is same as function module in development. This name can change for the same smartphone. Is it
Sir,
clear? This
sir,
thing?
then what about the settings that we wrote Abap true, Abap false?
Okay. This is the settings to call the smartphone. Okay. This is the settings to call the smartphone. So whenever I'm executing the smartphone, I have to specify some of the values here, right? Maybe this is one field, LP01, and click on preview. User will tell that I don't want to do this many steps. Whenever I execute, my smartphone should be displayed automatically. In that case, due to that reason, I'm assigning these 4 values. Okay, but that is not the problem. Problem is here, line number 28. I'm calling the function module name here. So this driver program also will be moved to QA, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. In quality, when the same ZMMPO print calls this function module, it is not necessary that this function module represent the PO smartphone. It can be 38 or it can be 620. So this statement call function will fail. It is also possible that there is no function module with this name in quality or in production. Guys, are you able to understand the problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes.
here, what is constant? Constant is smartphone name. But there is a relation between smartphone to function module. This thing is not constant, right? It will change. May change in different landscape. And why it is a problem? In the program, we are not calling smartphone directly. We are calling the FM. Hence the issue. This function module name is not constant. Smartphone name is constant. So what we have to do, there is another function module available. SSF. SSF function module name. And here what we have to do, this is the function module. Okay. And here is the, we have to pass the form name. So the form name is this. And importing is function module name, FM name. If I go here, this is the FM name. Okay. So I can define a local variable. LP FM name type this. Okay. And here I can import the FM name. LP FM. I don't need this. Okay. There is this function module which will give. So let me go inside this and execute. And if I give this form name SZ MMPO print, and it will give me this 647. It's the same function module. Okay. So what I'm doing, I am deriving the function module name. I'm not hard coding it. So in quality, whatever function module is created, maybe 638. So in quality, the value I'll get is as 638. In production, I'll get 620. So first, I'm fetching the name of the function module for the form. Once I got this, then I can call this function module. So how to call? So instead of hard coding it, I can comment this part or I can remove. I can remove it or I can comment it. How to comment? Now this part is commented and the function module name is in this. Okay, let me debug. Let me put a breakpoint, execute. Then the FMF name is 647. Now call function this. Now this is dynamic. I'm able to see the printout. If the program get transported and the smartphones get transported in production, I'll get the function module name of production, that is 620, and I'm calling the 620. Then there is no issues, and I'm able to address it. So first I'm fetching the name of the function module, then I'm calling it. Is it clear? One. Okay. So let's say I have a smartphone. How to call the smartphone? Obviously through the function module. So do you call the function module directly? No. There is a function module available, SSF function module name. There we have to pass the smartphone name. It will give us the function module name. Then we have to call this function module name. Okay. So always during development, what you can do, you can click on pattern. You can give this function module name manually. It will insert the entire signature. Then you can remove this part or you can comment it and you can pass this value here. Here. Okay, clear guys? Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. So is it clear what is driver program? How to call a smartphone from the driver program? And why the function module name has to be derived dynamically. All these things clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now I'll go to this. This is my driver program. So, okay, so now if I execute this, so this heading I have to format because this should be displayed as a heading. Okay, so how to do that? Go to the smartphone and here we have to select style. Okay, I can give a name ZMMPO or I can set SF style. Any name I can give. Okay, and I click on create. So here we have to define the style. Okay, so paragraph format. Here I can click right, create node. I can give a paragraph format H1, header, and center aligned. Font, I can select existing font is there, whatever times maybe. And font size I can give 14 or 15. Color also I can give. Okay, but that it doesn't look professional, guys. Okay, color should be black only. Font style is bold. Okay, save, activate. Header data standard paragraph is not filled. Okay, go to the header data. Standard paragraph. We'll discuss this. What is standard paragraph and all. Form is activated. Style is activated. Now I'll go inside smartphone. of print, change. Let me close the form painter. Output options. Here is the style. Okay. So style is inside form attribute under global setting. So here I have to change. You click F4 and here I can give the style name. This is my style. Save it. Save, activate. I'll go here. This is my text. Go to general attribute. And here I can select that H1 header. Okay. Save and activate. This is the paragraph formatting. Okay. So now I'll go to my program, execute, execute. Now this is the heading, purchase order details. Okay. So I may write it in uppercase. Maybe that looks good. Purchase order details. Purchase order details. If I need a underline also, I can do here. I can select underline. Sorry, here it's not underline. By default, it's not underline under H1. Font. Here I can do underline. Underline spacing, maybe 2 pixel or whatever. 2 lines, 2 point. Okay. So this is what paragraph formatting. Okay. There is two things. The style one is the paragraph format, one is the character format. So if you select a paragraph format, entire paragraph will be formatted with this. So now this entire thing is formatted as paragraph. So whatever you write, everything will be formatted with that format. And if you select character, only specific character will be uh, formatted. Okay. So save is the same thing. Right click, create node, C1, and you can write maybe normal text. Okay. This is the character format. And here we have header data, and whatever thing is you thinks is the default, we can select it here. Okay. Fine. I'll go to the smartphone. And I'll open the form painter. Okay, and now let's say I want it here only. And I want one more thing. Create graphics. This is graphics means logo. Okay, output options. Left margin, top margin, then settings, condition, general attribute. And here we have to select the image. Okay, so let me check for some of the icons. Okay. What logo? Not icons, logo. Okay. So probably this. I'll save as save image as desktop. Save. Uh, this is the logo. Right click. Right click. Open with paint. File. Save as BMP. The format should be BMP. Okay. Saved it. So this is my logo. Kit logo. This I want. So I'll go to SC78 graphics bitmap, double click. Here we have this import. Okay. And I have to select this logo, open. I can give the name is it logo, it logo, color. Okay. Yeah, so it's running. That means the file is getting uploaded. Okay, so this takes time depending on the file size. The file size is more, it will take more time. So it's still taking time. So let's wait for some time. What is the size? 41 MB. My God, too big. Okay, but anyhow, it's got imported. Okay, it load. So if you want to transport, you can transport. It logo was added to the task. This is very important, guys. Okay, how to transport this logo. So this logo I imported in SC78. The T code is SC78 extension, file extension. File extension is BMP, bitmap image. Yeah, and you can transport the logo by clicking on transport icon. Okay. Now this is my logo. This logo I want to insert in my smartphone. So here you can go color bitmap, with the logo execute. This is the logo. Select, save. Activate. Graphic does not fit. Okay. There is a issue. Window graphics does not fit on the page. Page 1. Let me open the form painter. My God, this logo is so huge. To reduce it, okay, it's too huge. Seven centimeter, 28 centimeters. Okay. It's a very big file. Okay. Let me download a small one. I'll save as bitmap. Yes. A small image now. Let me re-import it. Desktop, open, overwrite, yes. Logo was imported. Okay. Now I'll go here. I'll delete the graphics. Activate. Okay. Now I'll import a new graphics. General attribute. Save. Activate. Now it is activated. So now this logo is printed. Okay. So I go here, form layout, form painter, and probably I need it here, and probably now this logo is displayed. Is it clear, guys, how to display a logo in smartphone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have to upload the with SC78. Extension should be BMP, bitmap image. Okay. Now if I go here, select address. This is an address field. Let's say I want the address field here. Okay. Let me close the form painter. Okay. So here there are addresses type. Organizational address, personal address, workplace address, and all. And here address number. If you know the address number, you can directly give the address number. Okay. Is coming. Address. E001 W. Error in address of. Okay. Okay. So here is the address is coming. Okay. Okay. So there is a table available which stores the address ADR6. Okay. ADRC. ADRC. ADRC is the table for address. Okay. So it has so many fields. Okay. Now I showed you a T code. This is, let's say, OX10. OX10. OX10 is the T code for plant. Okay. OX10 is the T code for plant. So what is plant? So plant is where the production happens, right? But in kit, there is no production happening. Okay. So the main office can be treated as a plant. And each plant, these are the plant list. Okay. I can select this and can select on address. This pop-up is coming. This is the address pop-up. When we maintain this address, click on save, a unique number gets generated and gets updated in the ADRC table. Okay, with a address number. So if you know that address number which has to be printed, you can go to the smart forms, create an address window, and there you give the address number here. Okay, is it clear, guys? So whatever value been entered for that address number in the screen, that will automatically will be displayed on the form. Is it clear what is address window, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now if I go here, address, okay, so this is the address. This is the address window. Okay, we can also make these things as dynamic. So now the address number and quality may not be same with the address number in production. So we can click here like this, and go to global definition, and here, okay, 1 second. Here, click F1, address number data element is this. Okay, no problem. I'll go here and form interface probably. Okay, here I can write IMB address type this, or instead of adding here, I can also define global variable GB address type is this, and the default value is this. Instant. And GP address personal type address. Here. And if I go to the address, now I created the variable. We can use this variable here. Okay. So the name of the variable is ampersand. Ampersand, that means variable. Ampersand means variable. Okay. Activate. GP addresses is no defined value. Defined value here, right? Address 1, GP address has no defined value. Okay. Okay. Right. So maybe we'll go to initialization. Input parameter GP address, GP address first. And here I can assign the value GP address equal to this, and GP address first equal to this. And in the global data, this now activate. Now it is activated. If I go, I can still able to see the address. Okay, but now this address is being derived dynamically. Okay, initializer. I can also write a select query here. I'm assigning directly. I can also write a select query from here. Select address number, ADDR number, ADDR number from ADR. See where whatever condition I can put, then into GP address. Now, what we are doing, we are deriving the value of GP address dynamically through code, not hard coding. Okay. So the advantage is like we can write the code and derive the address number, and we can use that variable here. If you know that the name of the or the number of the address remains same in development, quality, and production, you can hard code it directly. You can click here, click remove this, click here, and you can directly hard code it. But that's the rarely happens. Okay. So this is how we can dynamically create the uh, uh, address in the smartphone. Okay. window, graphics, address, all three we have covered. Okay, now this global definitions, form interface. Form interface may be a little bit confusing. No worries, we'll be covering more details on this, how to write the code, what is this, each of the tab. Then inside the window, we have so many other things to do. So those also will cover, not an worry. There is so much of options that may be overwhelming at this moment, but we'll be discussing this all the points in more details. Okay. So if you are not able to understand what I'm giving here in input parameter, output parameter, and what is this, that's fine. Just understand that I'm not hard coding the value. I'm deriving the value of this and this programmatically. Okay. So that is what the use of address. Okay. Then next, tomorrow we'll be discussing more on this templates, address, graphics discuss, more on the template and flow logic that we'll be discussing tomorrow. Is it clear, guys?